Hello, we're Group 8 and our chosen topic for this assignment is security in mobile applications. Next page, please. So for our presentation, we'll first provide some background information on the topic, discuss the main security risks in mobile applications, as well as corresponding solutions. Then we'll look at future development and conclude our presentation with a Q&A. Next page, please. So security in mobile apps has become a widely discussed topic due to the growing popularity and reliance on mobile apps in recent years, meaning that a growing amount of sensitive information are accessible through mobile apps, which makes it a prime target for security attacks. Next page, please. So the risks we'll be focusing on are insufficient transport layer protection, poor authorization and authentication, broken cryptography, improper session handling, and insecure data storage. Next page, please. So first, we'll talk about insufficient transport layer protection. So this risk refers to a security flaw due to application not having adequate protection over network traffic. So in mobile applications, HTTP protocol is often used for communication between the client and server. However, this protocol is often not enough to keep data secure. So this is because situations such as ignoring certificate validation and SSL errors may occur, meaning that the data may still be revealed through man-in-the-middle attacks. So some solutions include sanitized user input, meaning that all user input are assumed to be malicious, and validate all input data. So the next solution is validate SSL and TLS certificates, meaning that apply SSL to transport channels that the mobile apps will use to transmit sensitive information and always require SSL chain replication. And the last solution for this risk is data encryption. So apply a separate layer of encryption to sensitive data before sending it through SSL channel. And next page, please. So next risk we'll be talking about is poor authentication and authorization. So poor authorization and authentication schemes allow attackers to fake or bypass authentication, hence gaining access to sensitive information and data. So this risk is common in mobile apps since passwords are often in the form of 4-digit pins, which makes it easy for attackers to brute force their way through. And if attacked user has the authorization to information and controls more than they should, then the attacker may take advantage of this. So solutions for this risk include using multi-factor authentication schemes, so add another layer of security over existing authentication process. And another solution is follow the principle of least privilege. So by correctly implementing access controls, so users only have access to the information and controls that are absolutely necessary. And our group member, Zhihui, will talk about our next risk, which is broken cryptography.
Okay, the third risk is insufficient cryptography. The risk occurs due to the weak encryption algorithms or flaws within the encryption process. Insecure use of cryptography is common in most mobile apps that leverage encryption. There are two fundamental ways that broken cryptography is manifested within mobile apps. First, the app may use a process behind the encryption or decryption that is fundamentally flawed and can be exploited by the attacker to decrypt sensitive data. Second, the app may implement or leverage an encryption or decryption algorithm that is weak in nature and can be directly decrypted by the actor. This vulnerability will result in the unauthorized retrieval of sensitive information from the mobile device. So how do we prevent it? When we're handling sensitive data, it is best to do these things. Avoid the storage of any sensitive data on a mobile device where possible, and avoid cryptographic standards that will withstand the test of time for at least 10 years into the future. Okay, next page, please. The next one we will mention today is improper session handling. In order to facilitate the stateful transition between a user and the mobile apps backend servers, mobile apps use session tokens to maintain state over stateless protocols like HTTP or SOAP. To maintain state, the mobile app must first authenticate the user through the backend. In response to successful authentication, the server issues a session cookie to the mobile app. The app adds this cookie to all future service transition between the mobile app and the server. Improper session handling occurs when the session token is intentionally shared with the attacker during the subsequent transition between the mobile app and the backend servers. This vulnerability will cause users losing control of their accounts. So to handle session properly, we need to ensure that mobile app codes creates, maintains, and destroys session tokens properly over the life cycle of a user's mobile app season. And now Hong Long will introduce the rest.
Okay, next I will introduce the risk of insecure data storage. Insecure data storage occurs when development teams assume that user or malware will not have access to mobile device file system, and subsequently, sensitive information are stored on the device. We can see from the images, two techniques are adopted by the attacker to get the data. The first one is through stolen devices. The attacker can steal data from this device directly. The second one is through jailbroken device. In this way, the malicious application can steal the data in the mobile and send them back to the server. This vulnerability can cause very serious damage, which are identity theft, fraud, reputation damage, external policy violations, and material loss. Now we have known what is insecure data storage and the risk, but how to avoid it. Actually, there are some solutions. Firstly, where storage or caching of information is necessary, consider to use a standard encryption library. Second, never store credentials on the phone file system. Thirdly, consider providing an additional layer of encryption beyond any default encryption mechanisms provided by the operating system. Fourthly, avoid exclusively relying upon hard-coded encryption or decryption keys when storing sensitive information assets. And lastly, for database, consider to use data encryption. Besides the five main risks in mobile applications, we also face some challenges in the future. The first one is that the artificial intelligence technology has been used in cyber attacks, which make it more difficult to define. The second one is more and more cyber attacks targeting mobile applications. The third one is that the impact of quantum computing on cybersecurity. Finally, some algorithm we are using today, for instance, RSI, might be broken in the future. In conclusion, we have introduced the background and motivation about this topic. Next, five main risks and solutions also be discussed. Lastly, we also do some research on the development of mobile security in the future. Okay, that is our presentation, and thanks for watching. And those are the reference and the Q&A session. Thank you.